The seeds from the field are mixed with contaminants like soil clods, broken or damaged seeds, empty glooms, different sized seeds and stones. These are to be removed and only then the seeds can be physically pure. Further, seed certification states that the physical purity must be 98% for most crops. Hence, seed processing is an essential component of seed production. Seed processing is a method by which seeds are sorted by shape, size, color, luster and filling so that they are uniform and appeal to the buyer. The main principle of seed processing is that processing leads to the achievement of prescribed seed standard that helps in removal of contaminants, grade and size the seeds, leading to application of chemical protectants that enhance the field performance of seed. The main objectives are removal of all undesirable material from raw seed produce, improving seed quality by elimination of undesirable materials along with broken, damaged, immature and undersized seeds, obtaining homogeneous bulk by grading the seed, improving appearance of seed which fetches remunerative price and improves buyer appeal, protection from insects and diseases by application of pesticide, supplying the seeds to the farmers that are of the best quality. An efficient processing process must ensure complete separation of all contaminants, minimum seed loss, upgrading of seeds, high efficiency with reduced use of energy, minimum labor and time. Seed processing is done in a notified seed processing unit. Notified seed processing unit is a processing unit that has been approved by seed certification agency. A seed processor has to apply to the local assistant director of seed certification in prescribed form, pay the required amount of fees and obtain a license for processing seeds. Such notification is valid for 3 years, after which extension will be granted by renewal of the license. During the processing, the agriculture officer seed certification who supervise the seed crop will be present to supervise the processing. Before a seed crop arrives at the processing unit, the seeds are dried to required moisture content. The specified moisture content for rice is 13% and millets 12%, pulses 10%, vegetables and oil seeds 9%. The seeds are packed in once used gunny bags weighing around 50 kilos and sent to the nearest processing unit. The seed certification officer fills a processing form that allows the seeds to enter the processing unit. Upon arrival at the processing unit, the processing plant manager enters the seed lot in a processing unit register and assigns a lot number. The seeds are checked for moisture content. If the moisture content is higher than the required limit, then drying is carried out in the processing unit drying yard. The seeds, after assigning the lot number, are stored in a processing unit until further processing. Processing involves 3 steps: pre-conditioning and pre-cleaning, basic cleaning, upgrading. Pre-conditioning involves conditioning of seeds for further processing. This involves the removal of debris, mud particles, stones from field. In oats, the presence of on impedes processing. Similarly, in groundnut, decortication has to be done before the seeds are subjected to grading. Preconditioning thus involves the reduction of high moisture seeds to the required level. Hence, preconditioning prepares the seed for further processing. It helps in smooth flow of seeds through the processing unit. Thereby, processing accuracy is improved and processing capacity is improved. All the aforementioned attributes help in improving the processing efficiency. So, what are the machineries involved in preconditioning? There are several machineries which depend on the type of preconditioning done. One such machine is known as scalper. Scalpers are those that remove large thrash like leaf bits, soil clods, stem bits, empty glooms found in paddy and sunflower. This basically consists of rollers that crush the soil clods and break them into small bits. These then pass over sieves when the soil and stones are filtered from seeds. The seeds then pass over sieves that allow the seeds to pass through, but remove the leaf bits and stem bits that are larger than seeds. The leaf bits and stem bits are then blown and aspirated by sucking force of air passing over the seeds and blown outside. Huller is another preconditioning machine. As the name indicates, huller remove the hull from seeds and prepare them for further processing. Hullers are used for wheat, oats and barley to remove the hulls. After dehulling, the seeds are sent for processing and grading. Another pre-cleaner is the groundnut sheller or decorticator. These machines have rubber rollers that break open the pod and separate the seeds. The seeds are then cleaned and graded. A castor sheller breaks the capsule and dislodges the seeds. Similarly, sunflower thresher removes the sunflower seeds from dried sunflower heads. A pulse thresher breaks the pods and separates the seed. A debearder is a machine that removes awns from seeds, especially oats and barley. When a pebble mill removes glooms from minor millets. A hammer mill removes hooks from forage legumes like Stylosanthus. A ginning machine removes the lint from kapas and separates the cotton seed. The cotton seed contains fuzz, which is then removed by scarification. Such scarification can be done using wet method that uses concentrated sulfuric acid, or dry method where heated vapors of hydrochloric acid burns off the fuzz. The dry method is used for large quantities of cotton seeds. It is quick and the seed need not be dried as they have not absorbed moisture. It also uses less water and the seeds can be easily treated and packed, while the wet method is used for small quantities and needs more water. Since acids are not sold to public, it is difficult to be performed by a farmer. We already dealt with the pre-cleaners. You may recall, pre-cleaners are those machines that prepare the seeds that have arrived from harvest for further processing at the processing unit. In the processing unit, there are several machines that process the seeds and finally deliver them for packing and distribution. Though processing is a single word that indicates that the seeds are removed of dust and undersized seeds, it involves several steps. These steps are called processing sequence. Seeds from the field pass through these series of steps before it is cleaned and upgraded. These steps start with receiving. In this step, the seeds are received at the processing unit along with processing request form, where they are checked for moisture and integrity of packaging. After that, the seed bags are assigned a lot number and entered in processing unit register. The seeds are then stored in storehouse until they are processed further. On the day the seed lot is taken for processing, they are first subjected to pre-cleaners and conditioners. The pre-cleaners remove all the debris that come along with the seed from field. The debris may include stones, mud clods, root, leaf bits, bits of plastic and paper, and empty glooms. The pre-cleaners use a pair of rubber lined rollers to break the clods and a jet of air to blow the lightweight material like leaf and dust. Then the scalping sieves remove all materials that are larger than the seed, while the grading sieves remove any material that are smaller than seeds. In some cases like barley and oats, conditioners are used to remove the awns before they are subjected to pre-cleaning. Just after pre-cleaning and conditioning, the seeds may be temporarily stored before they are subjected to further processing. In most cases, they move on to the further cleaning that may remove the hairs on seed or fuzz on cotton seed. Then they are subjected to grading using sieves that are specifically recommended by the seed certification agency. The air screen cleaner cum grader is one such machine that is the most basic machine. The principle is based on the separation of undesirable material and seeds on the basis of differences among the mature, healthy seeds and immature, broken, undersized seeds. The machine has three cleaning elements, which are aspiration, scalping and grading. Aspiration is the process of removing lightweight seeds and chaffy material that is removed from bulk seed mass through aspiration. Scalping consists of removing all those material that are larger than seeds by subjecting the seeds to pass through large hole sieves that are larger than the recommended sieves, while grading consists of passing the seeds through the recommended sieve sizes, so that all those material smaller than the seeds pass down and are removed. The seeds that are graded by these specifically recommended sieves are called graded seeds. These seeds are uniform in shape, size, weight and vigor. After grading the seeds, they can be stored in a godown temporarily or sent for upgrading and further seed treatment and packing. The processing sequence in wheat consists of a scalper followed by air screen cleaner, which is then followed by disc or cylinder separator, spiral separator, treater, dryer and finally bagger. The processing sequence of maize consists of a session in dryer followed by sheller, scalper, air screen cleaner, ring grader, thickness grader, length grader, gravity separator, treater, dryer and finally bagger. In case of cotton, the seed kapas are subjected to a sequence of ginning followed by scarification, grading, specific gravity separation, treater, dryer and bagger. While for soya bean, after subjecting the seeds to air screen cleaning, the seeds may be scarified using scarifier followed by specific gravity separator, treater and bagger. The graded seeds are generally stored temporarily in storehouses because they may be required only during sowing season. When there is a demand for seeds, the seeds are stored are further upgraded. Just prior to packing, seeds are treated with required pesticides or fungicide as per seed certification norms. Machines that treat the seeds with pesticide or fungicide are called seed treating machines. A seed treater can apply the pesticide or fungicide as dry dust or wet formulation or as a mist spray. In case of dry dust, the seeds are coated with pesticide, while in wet method the fungicide is mixed with water or solvent and then applied to seed or sprayed on the seed as a mist. After seed treatment, seeds are packed in bags and sewn using bag closure, sealed and tagged for distribution. Sometimes mere grading is not sufficient. For example, in green gram, green colored seeds are accompanied by yellow colored virus infected seeds. It is difficult to remove the yellow colored seeds because they are of the same size and are graded along with normal seeds. Here, upgrading machine like color sorter is used to remove the yellow colored seeds. Upgrading machines improve the seed appearance and thus making them more appealing to the buyer. Upgrading machines are unique to each crop and will depend on the specific requirement for that crop. One such upgrading machine is the vibratory separator. This separates seeds based on shape and surface texture. It is used to remove weed seeds. Seeds with smooth shape pass down the separator, while the rough surface weed seeds stick to the surface and removed separately. Spiral separator is another machine that also separates based on shape, whether the seeds are flat or spherical. When seeds are made to pass through the spiral separator, these spherical seeds flow faster and due to centrifugal force pass separately, while the flat seeds are slow and fall separate. This machine is used to separate broken cotyledons in pulses, soybean and French beans. A disc or indented cylinder separator, the seeds are separated based on length. If the wheat seeds are mixed with soybeans, then an indented cylinder separator which has semicircular indents allows the soybeans to be fit into indents and carried over to fall in a trough for separation, while a disc separator does the opposite. The margin of disc have longitudinal indents that separate the wheat from soybeans. A magnetic separator separates the seeds based on electrostatic property. Some wheat seeds, when sprayed with water, become sticky. These are then sprayed with iron powder, which then gets stuck to the wheat seed surface. When such wheat seeds coated with iron powder pass over a magnetized roller, the coated seeds stick to the roller and are separated. The electrostatic separator is used to separate buckwheat, a leguminous weed seed, from wheat seeds. An electronic color sorter is used to separate seeds based on color. Due to fungal inspection or improper maturity, weathering damage, the seed surface lose color. Such seeds are separated using electronic sorter. This machine uses electronic camera that compares the images of seeds that pass through it with one that is already stored in its memory. If the picture or shade does not match, an air jet is passed to remove the seed from the seed flow. This machine is used to remove black gram from green gram or dark colored soybeans from yellow colored varieties. An inclined draper separator uses a rough surface ribbon that is attached to an inclined roller. This machine uses surface texture and flowability to remove seeds based on surface texture and round shaped seeds from flat ones. On the seeds are spread on the inclined ribbon, the smooth roll down while the rough ones are carried upwards and removed separately. An electrostatic separator uses the principle of some seeds that can retain electric charge on their surface for longer duration than other seeds. For example, seeds of Mexican poppy are the major contaminant among mustard seed. Mustard seeds have electrostatic potential while Mexican poppy seeds do not. When mustard seeds pass through electrodes that discharge electric charge, they retain the charge and are separated using opposite charged drums. The Mexican poppy seeds flow down and are not retained by the opposite charged drums. Destoners are machines that specifically remove stones which are evenly sized and are of equal weight to that of seeds. A specific gravity separator is a unique machine that separates the seeds based on seed density. Seeds of cotton contain a mixture of ill-filled immature seeds that cannot be separated from well-filled vigorous seeds because they are of equal size. However, ill-filled seeds are lighter while mature seeds are heavier. A specific gravity separator uses this density difference to separate the ill-filled lightweight seeds from the heavier vigorous seeds by spreading the seeds on a perforated oscillated surface. As the surface oscillates, air passes through the porous surface and suspends the lightweight seeds. The oscillating motion moves the lightweight seeds upwards while the heavy seeds move downwards. These are then separated through different gates.